And even as more and more details are emerging in the Abhaya case, now Republic has uncovered a significant discrepancy as far as the post-mortem that was conducted on Abhaya is concerned. This following a letter that Republic has been able to access, a copy of which is with us. This letter that was sent to the Tala police station, and it was signed by a sub-inspector. Now, a 2020 Health Department memo from West Bengal government that has revealed that only a district collector or superintendent of police is authorized to call for such postmortems beyond this time, and such requests must be endorsed by higher authorities. This memo, which mandates strict adherence to SOPs for all postmortems, raises serious questions about the legal validity of the procedure that was conducted in this case, suggesting potential procedural violations. So like I said, another glaring lapse that has come to light in this case with regards to this letter, a copy of which Republic has been able to access. According to this letter, the order for the post-mortem to be conducted on Abhaya was put out after 4 p.m. This is on the day of 9th of August, that unfortunate day when the brutal rape and murder of Abhaya had happened. And SOPs that clearly state that either a DC or an SP is to authorize such post-mortem. So I take the big question to my colleague Kishalay from Republic Bangla, who gets to the bottom of this letter and has spoken to authorities for us to know, Kishalay, that the post-mortem that was conducted on Abhaya, was it legal as per the SOPs that have been stated?
Well, Swesha, the big question is that whether the whole process of postmortem was itself illegal completely. Yesterday we broke the news that Tala police station issued a letter on a white paper without any without any letterhead, and in which sub-inspector was the signing authority, which said that the postmortem can be conducted after 4 p.m. because this is urgent and a special case. Now, what does the legal validity of this whole process say? I have a document here. It is a document of the government of West Bengal. I'll mark out that government of West Bengal, and this is a memorandum from 3/1/2020, and the memo number is HFSP-SRC 160215, and it is also mentioned here in the above context. The undersigned is directed to convey that all concerned doctors conducting medico-legal post-mortem examination cases to follow the principles laid down in the SOP. So any doctor conducting a post-mortem has to follow these SOPs or protocols signed by DHE and DME of West Bengal. Now, what does it say? I'll come to page number 13 and clause number 12 of this SOP, of this particular SOP document of West Bengal government. It says here that the time for the receipt of the requisition for postmortem is fixed to up to 3 p.m. every day, beyond which, now mind you, beyond which the request should come from respective DC or SP to be endorsed by the principal or superintendent of the hospital. So only a deputy commissioner in the case of cities and a SP or superintendent of police in the case of districts can request for a postmortem beyond 4 p.m. 3 p.m. is the time when the requisition should come, and by after 4 p.m. no postmortem should be conducted. Only can be conducted if the DC or SP requests and it is endorsed by the principal or superintendent of that hospital. This is what the government of West Bengal's health department's SOP or memorandum of SOP says, and this is the memo number, this is the date, this is the government of India seal, and signed by Director of Health Services Government of West Bengal and Director for Medical Education Government of West Bengal. It mentions here that all postmortem to be done in West Bengal has to follow this standard operating procedures. It cannot go beyond this. So a Tala police station sub-inspector signing a white paper where it is mentioned that a postmortem can be conducted, where this postmortem can be conducted beyond 4 p.m. because this is urgent, is itself illegal according to this particular document or memo by the West Bengal government. So this is raising serious concerns about whether the whole process of the postmortem of Abhaya was itself illegal or not. This is what the big question is. Back to the studio.
Yes, absolutely, Kishale, which also hints at a cover-up attempt yet again. Now, we are getting more details as far as Sandeep Ghosh was on the radar of the central agencies is concerned. Now, we understand that ED had conducted search operations on the 6th and 7th of September on the premises of Ghosh's close aides. Yes, his close relatives and associates. This in connection with financial irregularities and misappropriation of funds. Now, during these search operations, various incriminating documents related to properties that were acquired by Dr. Sandeep Ghosh and his wife, Dr. Sangeeta Ghosh, who was also at the ED office yesterday. And we understand that as a part of these searches, digital evidences that have been seized by ED officials. Keshale, tell us more.
Well, exactly now the whole financial discrepancy case, it is investigated by the CBI at one hand. On the other hand, the ED is looking also into the whole matter of financial scams, corruption and discrepancy at Arjikor Hospital. And one of the key players in this matter is Sandeep Ghosh himself, who amassed a property of worth crores and crores within 5 years. How did he do that while being the principal of Arjikor is a question. In the last 6 years, he gained properties worth crores, houses, buildings, land, gold and cash. How did he do that is a question that is being raised. ED is taking on this investigation, what we are getting to know from our sources, and also there were ED raids at his residence on 6th and 7th of September, and also property which is under the name of his wife Sangeeta Ghosh is also under question and serious scanner. Yesterday we saw Sangeeta Ghosh was summoned to the ED office in Kolkata. She appeared before the ED office around 2 or 3 p.m. in the afternoon. There were a series of questions that were posed to her. These questions included how these properties were in fact owned by Sandeep Ghosh and what was the source of his income, because a principal at one of the government medical colleges usually do not have that amount of income, which leads to this huge crores and crores of property, gold and cash. So these are the questions that ED is also looking into and is also investigating. Suesha.